Yep. What's up? How we doing? This morning I'm going to be talking to y'all about the connections in nature and science. What do we want to start off with first? Well, first let's talk about the connection between bees and bears. Okay, now bees and bears. Start off with the bees first. No, we can't do that. We got to start off with the bears. Now, a lot of people may not even know why a bear claws at a tree. It may be, some say, to mark its territory, which it most likely probably is still doing too, but I think it's twofold, or I know it's twofold. When a bear claws the tree, it leaves entry wounds for the mushroom. Which mushroom is it called again? The propolis. But basically what happens is the wounds leave basically a hole, an entryway, a doorway to basically let the spores of the mushroom or the mushroom itself basically enter into the tree, and it causes a mycelial sweat to break it down. Once it's broken down, that's when you can basically say that the bees smell it from a distance away, and they come and they go into it, and then they eat it. But they basically go to this mycelial sweat because in doing so, when they eat it, it basically increases their immunity against diseases and basically them being able to fight it off. Now, they had a big problem where they were going around killing the bears who were clawing these trees, because once the bear claws the tree, it begins to break down. And through the research, somewhere down the line, they found out that there's a very, very significant reason why the bear claws the tree. And the bear, if his life starts to decimate or lessen, then that would mean that the bee's life would decimate and lessen. Another interesting thing about the bear is, and the connection between the bear and the salmon, is when the bear eats the salmon, it throws its carcass back onto the ground, and through that breaking down process, the potassium, everything that's healthy, all the healthy nutrients that are inside the fish breaks down and goes into the soil, and it basically makes the ecosystems thrive and flourish, and more plants grow out of that ground from where under the ground, from where the salmon was dying and decomposing. Another thing is, what is the significancy of lightning? Lightning, once you see the lightning stroke go through the air, people attribute it to God and his anger, which it very well can be attributed to. But there is something deeper going on that benefits the ecosystems, because once you see that lightning stroke go through the air, it basically pours down nitrogen in its vapor form, and it basically fertilizes all of the foliage evenly spread throughout the earth. So when you see lightning, it's basically something that is very beneficial for all of us, and to make the plants and wildlife prosper and flourish. Another interesting thing is, what I can say is, there's this one very significant organism which, if it died, the whole world, this whole earth, would cease to exist. Now, what that is mushrooms. Mushrooms, what they do is they create a net-like structure for the plants. You go down to the roots of any plant, you're going to find some fungus in there, and the fungus is responsible for basically attracting the nutrients throughout that net-like structure that it creates, and it holds all the nutrients in, so the plants can receive it. And also in the rooting system underneath the ecosystems and the forests, woods and everything, The fungus takes nutrients from a tree who have overload of nutrients, and it can give it to a tree that doesn't have that much. And it could be hundreds of feet down the forest or the woods. So this world is definitely alive. The ecosystem, or the rooting system, basically supports everything. Once the mushrooms cease to exist, the earth would. It wouldn't have no choice but to do that. And another interesting thing is the fungi exist in all plants. You'll probably find about 400 different types of fungi in each plant. And actually, the ants come to it and get the I guess maybe the mycelial sweat, and they use it as a caulk for their ant colonies and everything like that. And the fungi that exist inside the plants actually keep it from overheating, and it keeps it being able to withstand very drought type circumstances and situations. So fungi is very, very, very important